Hello and welcome to the 19th episode of my review show. You may notice that the music's back. I did this in the first couple episodes, then I stopped because I'm like, I don't need it, but the more I think about it, just having some music in the background is kind of nice. So hopefully it's there and I didn't just get lazy and forget to do it again. So let's talk about Rose's Room a little bit. It's an episode of Steven Universe. That's all you need to know. Let's jump into it. So for the first thing that I liked about Rose's Room, it continues to set up the idea that the gems don't understand Steven, with the video game sort of getting in his way and not understanding, trying to tell him to stop, I want to see this, and then ruining it for him. It's not the biggest example of that the show's ever done, but it's a pretty decent way to do it. Have it in the background without actually bringing it up. It's nice. It's setting this up for later down the road where they eventually do bring it up and it's a whole big thing. And so let's jump into the second thing I like about this episode. So for the second thing I like, and this is less of a Rose's Room thing and more of just Steven Universe in general thing, I like how they showed Rose's Room and Together Breakfast, and they're bringing it up now. They only show it for a tiny little second in Together Breakfast, but, it's nice for them to have that sort of continuity in this show. Not many shows do that. So it's nice that they do that. This isn't a wow, it's amazing, but it's nice. It's something I genuinely enjoy. And let's go into the third thing that I liked about Steven Universe. Also Rose's Room. So for another thing that I liked, well, I like how the whale had Rose's voice. And then when Steven hugged it, it disappeared. I like that sort of that symbolism almost with, what do you want, Steven? And then when he hugs it, the whale just disappears and he looks so alone in that one moment. It's great. It's my favorite part of this episode by far. Because it's so tiny, you can very easily miss it. And I definitely did the first 2 or 3 times I watched this one, because I like this one a lot. But it's so perfect. It's what this show is so great at doing, and I love it a lot. And let's jump into the final thing that I liked about Rose's Room. So, for the final thing that I like how Greg, of all the people in the fake beach city, was the most like himself. He seemed very real for a little bit, like that really was Greg. And I don't know exactly what that implies. Does that imply because Steven knows Greg the most, that's why he's the most normal? Is it because Rose and Steven both knew Greg, that's why he's more normal? Is it because maybe Rose created Greg a lot in that room? Is that why he's the most like Greg? Who knows? Who knows why it is how it is, but I like that detail. It's nice. Also, of all the other one who's the most like herself, Connie. She's actually very similar to herself as well. She actually says something that she would say. Or something she did say. Sadie and Lars obviously talk, but, they're so not like themselves at all. It's almost more how Steven perceives them and less how they actually are. And then Onion acts like Onion, but Onion is impossible to get wrong. He just has to stand there and not say anything, and boom, it's Onion. So I like those little details in that episode, or in that part of the episode. Definitely good. And let's jump into what I don't like about this episode. So for what I don't like, I don't like what the end when he yells, I always get what I want, because it almost feels like it sort of undermines the lesson Steven's supposed to learn in this episode, that he can't always get what he wants. So to have him yell that out at the end, I get it's a joke, and I think they might actually be trying to go against that idea that he learned that. But I don't particularly enjoy that, especially considering Steven's kind of annoying in that with in 1A. So to have him learn that and then immediately not learn it, I don't particularly enjoy it. It's not bad writing as it is just more a tiny bit annoying, but that's pretty much all I have for that. Let's jump into the final verdict. So for the final verdict, did I like it? Yeah, I did. It was pretty good. Definitely one of my favorite episodes so far, but not my favorite, but definitely pretty good. It has a lot of tiny little moments in it that I really enjoy, and the overall message is good, even if Steven seems to not have actually learned anything from it. So yeah, I enjoyed Rose's Room. Well, that's all for today. I'll see you guys next time for Coach Steven.